There is so much more to you than this identity that I am a binge eater, that I'm an emotional eater, that I am a mindless snacker. Binge eating is not who you are. Binge eating is a behavior that you engage in. And when you're on this journey of healing your relationship with food, especially at the beginning, oftentimes there is almost like this identity crisis of I've been known as this for so many years. Maybe it's been 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. You've labeled yourself as this is who I am. I'm a binge eater. I have an unhealthy relationship with food. And there is a fear of letting it go. There is a fear of letting this identity go, even though you want nothing more than to feel free, to feel at peace, to feel at ease around food. But there is something that is familiar about you binge eating. There's something familiar about you holding on to this identity of this is who I am. And I remember when I was on my journey, I had this love-hate relationship with food and binging. And I remember getting to a point where I was so done with binging. Like there were so many times where I would make so many promises to myself, I'm never going to binge again. I'm never going to binge again. I'm never going to binge again. And that never lasted. Literally would be the next day or even that same evening where I would end up spiraling into a binge and losing control. And again, promising myself, no, for real, tomorrow, I'm going to do better and I'm going to start fresh. And I was done with it. I did not want binge eating to be a part of my life anymore because it didn't feel like a true representation of who I was. But there was also a part of me that liked binging. There was a part of me that did not want to let go of binge eating because it brought safety, it brought familiarity, it brought comfort, it brought pleasure. It gives you dopamine. Maybe right now it's something that you actually look forward to, whether you're home alone or maybe it's late at night and your kids go to bed and you finally have me time just for you. And it's like, I don't want to give that up. That's something that I actually look forward to, especially after a long day. And I just finally get like 15, 20 minutes to myself. Finally, I get to just relax. There's me time. Why would I want to let that go? It brings me joy. It brings me happiness. Why would I want to let something go that brings me so much joy and so much happiness? And so I felt conflicted because a part of me was like, I don't want this in my life anymore. It's not who I am. I don't want to be working out, feeling like I'm bloated and going to social events and feeling like I'm putting on this face and I'm actually insecure behind the scenes. Like I was done with that. But I also felt like, but if I'm not binge eating, like what am I going to do? Who am I going to be? Because this has been my identity for so long. And you might be experiencing this. You might have experienced that in the past where you're like in this love-hate relationship with binge eating. You hate it. You're so ready to be done with it. But then a part of you is like, I kind of want to hold on to it because it feels safe. It feels familiar. It feels comforting. So I needed to remind myself, and you need to remind yourself that you are safe without binge eating. I reminded myself that I did not actually need binge eating in my life. The only reason it feels like you need binge eating in your life is because it is giving you comfort, relief, and pleasure. But that is because you're not actually allowing yourself to experience comfort, relief, and pleasure in other areas of your life. When I was binge eating, I wouldn't want to go to a lot of social events. I wouldn't throw on that cute dress and throw on the pair of heels that made me feel amazing because I didn't feel like myself. I didn't actually feel like myself. So what ended up happening, I'm trying to see if I can see who's live here. What ended up happening was I wasn't allowing myself to show up as the woman that I actually wanted to be. So I wouldn't wear the clothes that I wanted to wear. I wouldn't spend time with the people that I wanted to spend time with. So I actually wasn't experiencing joy. I wasn't experiencing pleasure. And so, of course, food is going to be the main source of pleasure when you're stripping all the other sources of pleasure in your life. And when I recognized that, I had like this epiphany moment where I was like, oh, I actually don't need binge eating in my life. I need to have other sources of joy and other sources of pleasure that actually make me happy, that are actually sustainable. So you're safe to let go of binge eating. And it's not even who you are. Binging is not who you are. It's just this behavior that you engage in. And when you see it as not a part of who you are, it's just something that you engage in, it's so much easier for you to let go of it. When you say, I am a binge eater, and it becomes a part of who you are, it feels like it's so much harder to let it go because it's literally who you are. And it's like this mourning process of a part of me is going to die. It's like I'm this identity. But when you see it as just this habit that you engage in, just like any habit that you want to let go of, nail biting, picking your skin, scrolling on social media, maybe, you don't make your bed in the morning. And it's like when you just see it as a habit that isn't the best habit, you're like, oh, okay, well, I can start making my bed in the morning. Or I can, start putting my phone away. I can have boundaries. And you don't see it as like this big daunting thing of like a part of me is going to be let go of, because binging is not part of your identity. It's just a behavior. It's just a habit. And just like any habit that you want to shift, you can shift that habit. And it's like, okay, well, I'm just going to start making my bed. I'm going to stop scrolling on my phone. Okay, well, I'm going to stop binge eating. And although it's not as easy as just saying, I'm going to stop binge eating, when you see it as a habit and a behavior you engage in, you're not so attached to it. And it doesn't feel like your identity is being stripped away, which is really powerful. Now, that is one kind of identity shift that you need to focus on. Now, once you've stopped binge eating and you let this habit go, you also have another shift in identity to say, I'm not engaging in this behavior anymore. I'm not binging anymore. I'm not thinking about food all day long. I'm not in the all or nothing mentality. I don't have, like, food is not on my mind all day long. And so you have this other identity after you stop binging to say, well, who am I? And it was actually very interesting because when I asked this question to a lot of people, and I actually brought this up at the Unstoppable Badass event, and I said, like, who are you? Like, do you really know who you are deep down at your core? And somebody brought forward, I don't know if I can answer that. Like, I don't know who I am. And this person that I was having this conversation with, I knew the background. And they put their identity in so many external things. Right? How many of you put your identity in your job, or I'm a mom? It's like these titles, or like I'm the fitness person, I'm the healthy one in the friend group, I'm this type of job career woman, I'm this mom. And you put your identity in something outside of you. But your identity is not something outside of you. Your identity is who you are at your core. It's the characteristics of what makes you who you are. You're passionate, you're loving, you have a heart of gold. You are bubbly, you're charismatic, This is actually what makes you who you are. And after you stop binge eating, you get to step into this version of yourself. When you are binge eating, it doesn't feel like you. It literally does not feel like you. And there was a point in my life before I was binge eating where I really like to dress up. I love putting on heels and a dress. And I felt really good. Like I always loved, like, doing my hair and putting on a cute dress and putting on heels. But then when I was binge eating, I wasn't confident in who I was. And I stopped doing those things. I felt like the bubbly, passionate Lorna kind of was lost. Like it literally died. And I wasn't able to show up as the confident version of me because I did not feel like myself. And one of the greatest things that happened when I stopped binge eating, and this will happen for you as well too, is I met myself again. I was able to meet the bubbly, healthy, happy, positive version of myself again. Because that part of you is never lost. It just gets buried. That part of you doesn't get lost, it just gets buried. And what ends up happening is this is actually a really good thing. Because again, this is not like, oh my God, I need to have this massive identity shift. It's no. That woman is always within you. Whether you're bubbly, you're fun, you're outgoing, you're charismatic, you love dressing up. That woman is always been within you. That woman is always within you. And you get to let her shine. You get to step into that version of yourself, the unstoppable badass woman within you, where it actually feels like this is the true me. I don't have to put on a face. I don't have to put on a facade. It's like, this is actually who I am. And just this weekend at the Unstoppable Badass event, people reflected back to me. They're like, you're so confident. Like, I love watching you in your power. I literally packed like 25 million outfits. For every single section, I had a different outfit and I felt so in my power. But that's because I met the woman within me. And when you stop your binge eating, when you stop the emotional eating, the thinking about food 24/7, you actually get to step into the woman that you were always meant to be. The bubbly, happy, self-loving woman that has always been within you, but maybe faded away a little bit or died a little bit when you were experiencing binge eating. That person is always within you. And you get to fully tap into her when you heal your relationship with food. You get to actually see the woman that you were meant to be. You get to see your full potential. When food isn't on your mind all day long, when you're not stuck in the all or nothing mentality, when you're no longer like comparing your body and nitpicking on the way that you look, you have so much more freed up space in your mind where you can actually focus on your career. You can go after the big dreams and goals that you have. You can start the business. You can start the project. You can travel the world. You can start a family. You can do all these amazing things. That's what I did. I built a business because I actually tapped into my power. I felt my power again. So no matter where you're at on your journey, whether you're at the beginning stages, middle stages, or maybe you've stopped binge eating, there might be this like identity shift. Again, at the beginning, it's like, oh, I don't know if I want to let binge eating go. It's like such a huge part of who I am. And then once you've stopped binge eating, there's also this identity piece of, okay, well, if I'm not binging anymore, like, who am I? But it doesn't have to be a daunting process. You get to meet the real you. You get to meet the version of you that has always been within you. And that is the greatest gift that you can ever give yourself. So that is what I wanted to share for today's training. And what I wanted to also share with you guys is I have developed a program. Many of you guys know the Root and Rewire membership. This is my 6 or 12 month program that is designed to help you fully rewire your brain out of binge eating. This is not about distracting yourself and staying busy and fighting against your urges. This is about rewiring your brain so that you no longer even feel the urge to binge. You've completely shifted your identity out of binge eating. It's not who you are anymore. You actually get to meet the woman that you were meant to be. And so I am sharing something very exciting with you. So I launched this membership at the end of 2023. It was October of 2023. And people flooded into this membership. Like, people jumped into the membership as soon, it was day one that I announced this membership. We had 20 people joined literally on the first day. And we got to a point where we had 100 people inside of the membership. People have gone through this membership and they no longer binge anymore. One of my amazing clients, Nora, she came on the podcast. Actually, I had her come on. She came into the membership. She was one of the very first people to join the membership. And she came in and she's like, I've tried everything. Like, I'm just this binge eater. Again, she had this identity of like, this is who I am. I just like, in front of everyone, I'm like the healthy one. I eat so clean. And then behind the scenes, she said, I'm the pantry raiding girl, where I just go into the pantry and I just raid it. And I really helped her shift her identity out of binge eating. I helped her shift her belief that she could 100% break free from this for good. I shared with her my root and wire process. So I helped her get to the root of her binge eating, and I helped her rewire her brain. She joined the membership for 6 months. After 6 months, she stopped binge eating. But it was so much more than that. She had a better relationship with her husband. She had a better relationship with her children. People at her work started to notice. Actually, somebody at her work ended up joining the membership because people can feel your energy. Nora started going into work and showing up with so much more confidence. People were like, what have you been doing? And then one of her coworkers ended up joining the membership as well too, because that's the power of healing your relationship with food. You step into the bubbly, healthy, happy version of you, and people can really feel that. So with this membership, I've had it since the end of October in 2023. So it's been over a year. And there was one version of it that was incredible. People, like I said, people would come into this membership. They're like, I have never heard this information before. Like, the way that you explain binge eating is just like a habit. It makes it so much easier to overcome. And so people have joined the membership. People have conquered binge eating. And I said to myself a few days ago, the membership is ready for a revamp. Like, I want to revamp this membership and make it even better. Like, it was already amazing. People are already getting insane results, but I'm like, I want to make this even better. So last year, every single month in 2024, I did a masterclass. Every single month inside of 2024, I did a masterclass. And these masterclasses were on topics on helping you heal your relationship with food. So getting to the root of your binge eating, learning how to stop eating when you're full, getting out of the all or nothing mentality, no longer thinking about food 24/7, overcoming secret eating, knowing what to do before, during, and after a binge, knowing how to actually calm yourself down and process your emotions without using food to comfort yourself. And there was all these different trainings that I did. And I was like, those are like top-notch, updated trainings, like 2024, like top-notch, updated trainings. And I said to myself, I'm like, I'm revamping the membership, and I am going to be adding in all of these top-notch, updated masterclass trainings inside of the membership portal. And I said to myself, I'm like, holy moly, like the value of the membership just quadrupled. Like the membership already before was top notch. People were ending their binge eating. People were like, I have never actually experienced a transformation like this before inside of a program space. Like, Lorna, you just get me. Like you understand binge eating more than anyone ever that I've, worked with before, therapist, nutritionist. And it was already incredible. But I said to myself, we're going to revamp it. I want it to literally feel like Christmas. Like when you open up the portal, you're like, holy moly. So I added so many incredible trainings on getting to the root of your binge eating so that you can stop wondering, like, why do I binge? Like so many people ask, like, but why? Like, I know that I shouldn't give in to my urges, but like I still keep on doing it. Or like, why can't I just have one or two cookies and move on with my day? Like, why? Inside of the membership, you're going to know exactly why you binge and how to actually rewire your brain out of these habitual cycles. There's trainings on how to rewire your brain, how to control your crazy cravings so that you can have a few pieces of chocolate and move on without it spiraling into a binge. There's trainings on how to stop eating when you're full. What I hear from so many people is, I just can't stop eating when I'm full. Well, after this training, you're going to know exactly how. Doesn't matter if you have your mom's favorite lasagna dish, or you're at a restaurant, or you're on a cruise, you're on vacation, you're going to be able to stop eating when you're full. How to stop thinking about food so that it doesn't matter where you're at. Again, food is not the first thing on your mind. It's not the last thing on your mind. You can just have a snack, middle of the day. Okay, what do I feel like? Lunch. You have some lunch and you move on. How to get out of the all or nothing mentality. This is something that a lot of people struggle with as well too. Well, if I didn't do my workout this morning, well, then there's no point of eating healthy. Or if I ate super healthy, but then my coworkers asked me to go out for lunch, now I feel like I messed up. Well, then there's no point of having a healthy dinner. There's no point of getting my workout in. There's trainings on how to get out of the F-it mentality, how to stop seeing that having a cookie is bad or wrong, and then just throwing the towel in for the rest of the day. How to be able to maybe sleep in the morning, and maybe you don't get your workout in, but you still continue to have a healthy dinner. How to actually transition yourself out of binge eating. What I was talking about at the beginning of this training about the identity, how to actually shift your entire identity out of binge eating. There's trainings on what to do before, during, and after a binge. So how to actually prevent urges from arising, what to do when you feel the urge, and then what to do maybe if you did have a session of binging, overeating, or mindless snacking to prevent another binge from happening. There's trainings on how to trust yourself around trigger foods. So it doesn't matter if chocolate, donuts. I've had people be like, Lorna, no, you don't understand. Peanut butter is the biggest trigger food for me. I had a client that I worked with. She started in the membership, then she went into Conquer. And she said, like, peanut butter is the biggest trigger food for me. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to help you make it not a trigger food anymore. And she got to a point where she brought peanut butter in her house and she was able to have it whenever she wanted. And there was no urge to binge. Sometimes she would go days without having it. Sometimes she would have some toast with some peanut butter. And some days she would literally forget that it's even there. That's how powerful these masterclass and trainings are inside of the membership. How to actually break free from emotional eating. Some of you guys are like, I'm happy and I'm going to celebrate and eat. I'm sad, I'm going to celebrate and eat. I'm lonely, I'm bored, and you just eat. You use food for comfort. Inside of this training, you learn exactly how to process your emotions in a very simple way without having to turn to food. Overcoming secret eating. So how to actually be home alone with no urge to binge. I was on a call with one of my membership clients, and she shared that for 2 weeks, she was home alone. Her partner was away. And in her mind, she thought, I'm going to binge. Like, being home alone is such a trigger for binging. And she shared with us on our recent coaching call, and she said, I didn't binge. The entire 2 weeks of me being alone, I thought for sure I was going to binge. And she did not binge. Why? Because of the trainings that she's watching inside of the membership. how to actually reframe your diet culture thoughts. You know, when you think to yourself, oh, that has too many calories, or maybe I shouldn't eat this, or I'm going out for dinner, so watch what I'm eating for the rest of the day. I'm going to help you, again, rewire your brain to view food differently, to see food differently, to know that you're safe to enjoy the foods that you love. There's trainings on how to actually retrain your taste buds to naturally crave more nutritious foods. There's trainings on up-leveling your habits and your routines. There's people inside of the membership that not just stop binge eating, they become the healthiest, happiest version of themselves. Their routines are on point. They have the best habits. They have high standards for themselves. They feel like a badass every single day because of the habits and routines they put in place. There's trainings on how to stop people pleasing, because the more you people please, the more you binge. The more you say yes, 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 yes to every single person, the lower your battery, the lower your capacity to actually process your emotions, to make time for you. And that's when you just eat because you're literally so drained. So there's trainings on how to stop people pleasing, how to skyrocket your confidence. You can literally feel like the most confident person in the room. There's trainings on everything. Every single thing that you need to stop binge eating is inside of this membership. And if you're like, I just don't get it, like, but why do I do it? Like, why am I binging? You need to be inside of this membership because I'm going to teach you, I'm going to share with you exactly how to stop binge eating, how to stop thinking about food all day long, how to be able to stop eating when you're full, how to be able to process your emotions. So when you're super stressed from work, you actually allow yourself to relax and decompress at the end of the day versus digging into the tub of ice cream. Now, this is 6 or 12 months. So you're going to learn everything you need to have a better relationship with food and rewire your brain out of binge eating. Every single month, you get a Q&A with me. So every single month, I personally coach you on conquering binge eating. Whether you're experiencing nighttime binging, you're experiencing secret eating, maybe you're having a hard time like feeling hunger and fullness. One of my clients on the call, she's like, I've been so disconnected from my hunger and fullness. It's hard for me to stop eating when I'm full. And I helped her be able to get back in tune with her hunger and fullness so that now she could, no matter if it's lunch, dinner, she's out for dinner, she's on vacation, no matter what, she knows how to listen to her body and leave food on her plate, even though she's full, without feeling like FOMO, like I have to clean my plate. So every single month you get a coaching call with me on Zoom. It's a group coaching call. You come on, you ask your questions. You're also part of our entire badass community of women who get you. This is one of the favorite parts of the membership that people love. And this is why Nora saw amazing results. This is why so many people get insane results inside of the membership. Because when you feel less alone and you bring this out of isolation, you're like, oh, people finally understand me. People finally get me. And that really shifts your relationship with food. And then on top of that, every single month, you get a monthly experience with me, whether this is a challenge, whether this is a masterclass. This month right now, I'm doing a 30-day challenge inside of the membership on how to ditch urges and feel like a badass. And it's been amazing. Everyone's like, I love this challenge. I'm feeling way less impulsive with food. People are not giving into their urges. So every single month, there's something new for you to implement, the most up-to-date, effective tools for you to stop your binging. So you get access to an entire portal of trainings that as soon as you watch these trainings, you're going to become less impulsive with food. You're going to get a monthly Q&A with me to ask your questions. You're going to be part of the badass community, and you're going to also get every single month an experience with me to improve your relationship with food. Now, because of the insane value of this program, the price will be going up significantly on May 1st. So this is a 6 or 12-month program. Right now, you can join the membership starting at $97 per month. That's the 12-month rate, or the 6-month rate is $111. On May 1st, the price is going up. And instead of for 12 months, $97 a month, it's going to go to $197 a month. And instead of for 6 months being able to join at 111 a month, it's going to be 222 a month. So essentially the price is doubling. And that's going to be on May 1st. So there's not a better time to join the membership because number one, we just revamped the entire portal with the most up-to-date trainings, which I'm so excited about. Like, you guys are going to have your mind blown. Like, these are the top-notch trainings to stop binge eating. I've got everything you need to know about how to stop binge eating is inside this membership. But you're also going to get the Q&A with me. So monthly support. So every single month you're in momentum, you have the community. And if you join now, you'll also get access to our 30-day challenge to ditch urges and feel like a badass. So if you join now, you'll get in at the current price. On May 1st, the price is doubling. So if you would like to join the membership, you can message me the word membership, and I will send you over the link. Every single day that you are inside of the membership is a day where you feel less impulsive with food, where you are feeling celebrated, you are feeling proud of yourself. Like, oh, I didn't give into that urge. Oh, I was able to stop when I'm full. Oh, I'm not even thinking about food. Every single day you're inside of the membership is a day that goes by that you are making progress with your relationship with food. And these trainings that I have on here, I didn't even mention, there's so many more trainings on boundaries. Like, people come into the membership to stop binge eating and they're like, Lorna, I'm actually setting better boundaries at work. Lorna, I'm so much more calm with my children. I have a better relationship with my husband. I literally feel like a badass every single day because I am engaging in the best habits for myself and I feel like a brand new woman. So your life is going to change inside of this membership. Yes, you're going to stop binge eating for good. Yes, you're going to finally be able to rewire your brain. This is not about trying harder, more motivation, more willpower. This is actually about healing your relationship with food, rewiring your brain so you stop feeling those nagging urges to binge. So be sure to message me membership and I'll send you the link to join. Again, the price is going up on May 1st. So if you'd like to join, you will also get the bonus 30-day challenge when you join now. And again, the sooner you join, the more you're going to have access to the challenge because the challenge is happening now. So you can join a little bit later on, but you'll only get the challenge if you join in April. But also, if you join now, then you're going to have more time inside of the challenge. So essentially, the sooner you join, the sooner you're going to feel less impulsive with food. So I am so excited. This is going to go down in history. Every single person inside of the membership is going to be the people in the world that are conquering binge eating, that are way less impulsive with food. So message me to get inside. I cannot wait to support you. If you are inside of the membership already and you want to re-sign, you're like, it's been amazing and I want to re-sign, you can re-sign at the current rate before the price goes up on May 1st. Okay. All right, you guys, have a beautiful rest of your day and we'll see you guys soon. Bye, guys.